Hi, tonight we are going to make popcorn chicken. This is one of the recipes we use to transition the kids. The kids seem to love it. You can eat it completely raw without dehydrating, or you can dehydrate it for a couple of days. Now if you eat it raw without dehydrating, it doesn't taste exactly like chicken. If you dehydrate it for really about 36 hours, maybe a little longer than that depending on your dehydrator, then it gets real crisp and then it tastes like chicken. So what we're going to use for this recipe is we are going to use cauliflower, and I have 3 heads chopped up in here. I have 1 head here. We have a large family, so I'm making a large batch. So if you don't want as much, you can go ahead and cut this recipe in half. So I have 3 already chopped up. This one I'm going to chop up so that you can see it. So we're going to use cauliflower, garlic powder, paprika, cumin, chili powder, Himalayan sea salt, and nutritional yeast. And so what I'll do first is I'll show you how I chop up the cauliflower. I usually use a bigger knife to start. I take a bigger knife and I just cut the sides off. I've done this so much that I don't like using a small knife because it takes forever. And then I just chop the top part. So that obviously is not going to be used. And then what I do is I take this top part and I just cut it into bite-sized pieces. I know that there are ways to make it so it doesn't flake up as much. When you're making as much as me, you want to save time. So that was pretty quick. And then I just do that with all of these pieces so that they become bite-sized. That was already kind of small. Some of these have long stems. That I'll break apart so that I can get the stems off of there. There we go. Now this will get smaller in the dehydrator, so you want to make it a little bit bigger than you would want the finished product to be if you are going to dehydrate it. If you're not going to dehydrate it, make it whatever size you plan on your bites being. Depending on the size of your kids, I would guess. So see, this is pretty simple. It's not really taking me too much time to do it. However, cutting up all 4 would have taken a very long time on camera. I didn't want to bore you with cutting up all 4 of them. And my mother-in-law was nice enough to cut up the other 3 for me. Oh, Ariel's pointing at herself. So I think
she helped.
She must have helped, yeah. So it's always good to have the kids help out. Then they feel more of a part of the recipe. When the kids make something, or they have a part in making something, they tend to be a little more willing to try it. They get real excited about it. Sometimes what we'll do is the younger ones really like to play like they're at a restaurant. And so they will make up a menu. They will prepare food. All the kids will prepare foods. The little ones will make up a menu and then they'll serve us. So that gives me a break because I'm not serving dinner. The kids are doing it. I get to sit down and it's like we were at a restaurant. They like to decorate the table. They'll put flowers up, have the napkins and the plates all set out. And even though we have a set dinner we're having, they'll come up to us and say, what would you like? And have, they'll pretend like we're at a restaurant. Now, of course, usually when we do that, at least one of us will mess with them and try to ask for something that we don't have prepared. And then the kids will say, I'm sorry, but we're out of that. We've sold out. So they play along. So what I'm going to do is, I've never measured this recipe. And so I'm going to go ahead and measure this.
Sorry.
And what I'm going to do is start with 1 tablespoon of the pink Himalayan sea salt. We will do, this cumin is brand new, so I'm going to have to open it. I had to send my brother-in-law to the store to get this just to make the video. I didn't realize I was out of cumin. So he was nice enough to do that. So we're going to do, let's go ahead and do about 1 tablespoon of cumin. We're going to do 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, and 1 tablespoon of paprika. Ariel, I forgot the olive oil. Can you get the olive oil? Go around this way. I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of paprika. Or actually, I don't think I want that much paprika. We're going to do a half a tablespoon. So 1 tablespoon of all the other seasonings, but we're going to do a half a tablespoon of paprika. And then, let's see. I normally just do this by feeling. So we're going to go, this is a 1/3 cup. I'm going to do 2/3 cup of olive oil, first cold pressed olive oil. And then let's see about the nutritional yeast. You can get nutritional yeast a lot of different places. This one we got from Winco. Winco actually has a great price on the nutritional yeast. And you can get as little or as much as you want. But if you don't have a Winco in your area, usually Whole Foods or Sprouts has it in the bulk bin. I am going to, this is a 1/3 cup, so let's see. I'm going to put 2 cups of nutritional yeast to start with. So that's 6 of these. And you are going to kind of have to get your hands dirty. I've tried different ways of mixing this, and I noticed not a lot of them work. So what we need to do, so here it is, what we need to do is get our hands in there and mix it up thoroughly. I usually dip my hand all the way to the bottom and pull it up, and then I keep doing that all the way around the bowl until it gets really mixed in. Kind of doesn't feel like there's enough oil in there. You'll know because it'll mix up real well. I've tried a few different ways of doing this. At one point I put the oil in a bowl and then mixed the seasonings and half of the nutritional yeast into the bowl and poured the like cream mixture in. I noticed that kind of made it a little bit slimy, so I don't really do it that way anymore. it worked, but you don't really want too much oil or it can get slimy. I used to put flax in here. The flax kind of helped to crisp it up a little. It'll make it crispy a little bit faster, but the kids seem to like it better without the flax. And I think we're gonna leave it at that much oil. Now, the best one to use is actually the orange cauliflower. Today I'm using the white because it was on sale, and I think it was like $1.30 per cauliflower, and we were making a lot of it, so I chose to use the white. And the white is the best if you're gonna eat it right away without dehydrating it. I recommend the white. I don't like the orange without being dehydrated. Now, if you're gonna dehydrate it and you want it to taste like real popcorn chicken, like you went down to KFC and you got yourself a thing of popcorn chicken, you wanna use the orange cauliflower and mix in the same ingredients and stick it in the dehydrator, leave it in there for 2 days. Once it's crispy, you take it out, it tastes just like popcorn chicken. This one is really more for if you are eating it right away, the white one. It works dehydrated too. We're gonna dehydrate most of this. The kids asked me before I started the video, can we eat it? And so yeah, usually what we do is we do a real big batch like this. The kids will eat what they want and then I'll dehydrate the rest. So it's really 2 meals for us. This is, cauliflower is very filling. And so you're gonna notice that you can't eat a whole lot of it. And so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna stop the camera and go wash my hands, and then I'll show you what we do putting it in the dehydrator. All right, we're back. I've washed my hands. I got a dehydrator tray. Now what I use on this, I don't know what these are called. I don't have the things that actually go on here that have the little holes. I'm not even sure what they're called. Most dehydrators come with something that has little holes, but I don't have those, so I'm using these things. I think they are for knitting or crocheting or some kind of artsy thing we got at the craft store, but they work great, you know, and they were cheap. My mother-in-law's running off because she's about to laugh. So what I do is I just take some of the mixture and I put it on. And now our dog's barking at her. All right, so I just put it on. I kind of even it out. I even it out like that, and that's it. And then I put it in the dehydrator and I leave it there for about 2 days. And when it comes out, the kids are just crazy for it. We'll put it on top of salad sometimes. We'll eat it just like this. The kids are just crazy for it. We do have 1 child out of the 6 that doesn't care for this. That is one of the children that's not here all the time. And they get popcorn chicken from places like KFC. One of the ones that doesn't live here all the time loves it. The other one doesn't like it. So they say, that doesn't taste like chicken. All the other kids think it tastes like chicken. So try it out and see how your kids like it. All right, here's our final product of our popcorn chicken. And now I'm gonna let the kids eat it.
Can't put this on video, no.
I'm just fine.